it's okay, because there are plenty of other things to do. Any Pokemon fans here? I actually got to play a character in Pokemon. So I was jazzed about that. Now, as for your second question, which was my least favorite and most favorite? Well, least favorite, I would say, you know, might be like Generations, some of that stuff later on. And the reason why is because it was less and less about the original characters. You know, as they started phasing out the original characters and bringing in the next generation characters, not so much. I didn't like that so much. But which one is my favorite? Are you ready? If you guys want to know which one is my favorite, watch this. Hit it. Oh, put it in the speakers. Here it comes. Yeah, so that answers your question. That answer is simple. Bring me back, please. Bring me back. Bring me back. Bring me back. That answers several questions. Like how big of a nerd are you? Which is the easiest? Well, that's a tough question. You know what I would say? Oh, wow. There are pluses and minuses. There are completely different skill sets, you guys, that go with different things. If you're on camera, then you know that you have to memorize your lines, and you have to memorize blocking and hitting certain marks, and knowing your lines and knowing everything you're supposed to do. In voice acting, you don't have to memorize because you're in a booth. You've got the script in front of you. You can walk in and literally look at the script and just glance over it, maybe read the scene, and then determine, you know, how you want to do it and do it. So so in that sense, on-camera acting is more difficult, or stage acting. When Bobby and I did theater in college, you had to memorize the whole flipping script. You know what I mean? From the moment you step out on stage, you got to know all your lines from the beginning to the end, not just a scene. And you're working with other people, but you have to know your blocking. Well, I'm supposed to say this line when I get over here. So you got to memorize all those things. You don't need to do that with voice acting. So on-camera and stage acting is more difficult in that respect. However, the flip side is, with voice acting, you've got to match the mouth movements as best you possibly can, while at the same time delivering a performance that's somehow believable. Some people can match the flaps perfectly, but they can't convey the emotion. Other people can convey great emotion, but they can't match the mouth movements. So to be able to do both of those and make it seem natural at the same time is one of the more difficult things. In fact, I know a lot of actors who are really great actors, but then you get them into a voice booth to do a Okay, all the way in the back,